welcome to Steve Creates with Steve Mills.
How do's? And this is my brother Chris.
How do?
I brought you down today, Chris, because we're going to be talking about an exciting thing that's coming up, and that is Comic Con.
Comic Con?
Comic Con!
Yes!
Comes down in May. I think it's approximately about 98 days as we speak right now. So basically we're going to be here discussing what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. But before we say anything else, a little bit of history of what we've done in the past, especially for Comic Con. Really, what themes have we done, and why did we do them?
Well, we like to go for themes
that are not. we don't know. Yeah, I mean, in the past we haven't really. We've chosen themes that are not like the obvious, not the norm. Don't get us wrong. We love all the Supermans and Batmans and anime characters out there, but we've
gone for cult favourites.
Yeah, and it's not like to say that we don't take cosplay not seriously, because we do. Well, the detail that we like doing, we do. But yeah.
Well, personally, for me, I think because everyone's already gone as probably like the Batmans, the Marvel lot, everything. You've got a load of them, and we like to stand out as characters who you probably wouldn't go as, but you would still recognise. Yes,
well, at least that's the idea. So themes that we've done in the past were
first one was Dennis Nedry and Dodgson from Jurassic Park.
From Jurassic Park, which is celebrating its 30th year anniversary this year, so that would have probably been a great one to have done this year. But but we don't think like that.
No.
But yeah, that went well. I thought you went as Dennis.
Yeah.
I went as Dodson. There's probably going to be a theme coming up here. I mean, Dennis obviously quite a big guy, and you played the perfect part for that because I'm not as tall as Chris is. So there you go. Despite me being the oldest, so this is my big little brother. So there you go. He's big little brother. Yes. Other times we've gone planes, trains, and automobiles. That was the last one we did. So naturally, I was the Steve Martin character,
Neil Page,
and you were John Candy's Dale Griffith, and that was great fun.
It was good. Right. It was really good.
As you can see, we like doing like famous duos. So it's Low and Hardy will probably be next one day, but there we are. But and like I say, and our fun of kind of doing costumes and stuff like it's even harks back to our clubbing days. Would you believe? Jumping jacks every Halloween we used to.
Do your clubbing days really? I sort of joined in
a little bit later.
Well, when I was old enough to go clubbing, really.
Yeah, yeah. But
10 years apart, would you know?
Yeah, I know. You don't look it, I look much younger. But
yeah, I look much older.
But yeah, even back in those days, we did Ghostbusters, Men in Black,
Shaun of the Dead,
Mars Attacks. I mean, so there's this love of doing these kind of elaborate. At those time, I would call them fancy dress kind of costumes, but cosplay is just a heightened version of that, really, isn't it? But since all the likes of Jumping Jacks and that closed down, we didn't really have much of an avenue to actually sort of, have a bit of fun with these costumes. And Comic Con, MCM Comic Con of all places, was the place.
And we've always liked that. We've always liked that flair of just dressing up as someone. Anyway, it all started with Doctor Who. Yeah. So we just thought, why don't we make our own little web series on YouTube called Doctor Whom, where Steve is the Doctor and I'm his companion. We didn't really dress up as characters as such, but we just like to be characters.
We parodied.
Parodied.
Is that the word?
Homage.
Yes.
Homage to the cult classic.
Yeah, and that ran on for a couple of years that we kept doing that. Yeah. So
we got a few followers. I say few.
3.
Probably count them all on my both hands now.
But yeah, so that's what we used to do. So we are a creative bunch, really. We used to like doing video editing, filmmaking, comedy things. So
and we're always up for a fancy dress party.
Yeah. So this is where we are now. So we're hoping to, well, as you can see from the background as well, Comic Con and that, it's the home to nerds, geeks, all the other lovers of film,
pop culture.
Yeah, popular culture. That's what we are. So yeah, we're doing it again. So what's the theme this year then? What did we agree on? Well, I shall tell you. I haven't really got an example to tell you, but we're going to tell you in a second.
Now, every time we go to Comic Con, as much as I'm excited, I'm a little bit worried because I don't know what the cosplay is this year. As we did mention, I've gone as Derek Griffiths and Dennis Nedry, you know, big characters. So I'm thinking, well, I can't. There are a couple of duos out there where there's small and a big one, but you know, would you like to emphasise some points?
Yeah.
Of who we're going as this year?
Of course.
Maybe I can guess who I'm going to be this year.
I'll give you a few clues. Okay. So number one was that this famous duo, French duo, originated in a comic book that was created back around the 60s and are still going very popular to this present day. They were created by the artist, and writers René Goscinny and Albert Uderzo.
I know where this is going.
And number three, we are actually very big fans of who these guys are. Right. For you who don't know, we're going as Asterix and Obelix. They're Gaulish warriors from the famous.
I know I'm going as Asterix, right?
Yeah. No, I thought you'd go as the other guy, the big
Obelix, because he's the big fat one.
Yeah.
Great. Well,
Asterix and Obelix. Yeah. You guys might have heard of them. You might have been big fans. You might not have heard of them.
And if you don't know them,
you soon will.
Yeah.
But how did we know about them?
Well, I know it through you, really. I'll blame you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't blame you. I thank you, really.
Because they're great. But Asterix and Obelix. What can we say? It's the story about Asterix and his friends, and they're holding back the Gauls, basically back in 50 BC when Julius Caesar and the Roman Empire were pretty much invading everywhere. But this story is based on a small Gaulish village that holds back against the Roman invaders due to a magic potion that gives them invincible strength, basically, and that's how the stories go. Asterix being the main character, sort of thing. You know, he's I can describe a little guy, but he's cunning and smart.
Yeah, he's
quite courageous.
The go-to guy, mainly.
Yeah, but him and his friend Obelix,
his big companion, is basically the muscle.
Yeah, because his character, as the story goes, that his character fell in the magic potion when he was a baby. Oh yeah. So he's got ultimate strength, so all the time, sort of thing. But we love these books because as myself, I'm a cartoonist. Well, and you like obviously the drawing and creating stuff. But as kind of a cartoonist and an illustrator, especially back when I was at school, I would see these books in the school library and reading them, and I just love the illustrations. I just love the stories, but the illustrations, to me, the way they were drawn and the characters' creation, that really sort of got me hooked, really, with all of Asterix. And then, as you can appreciate, as the years went on, we started getting animated TV films of Asterix
and video games.
That then, as the years went on, more in recent times, live action movies have come out. And like I say, originated in France. Well, it's a really big French franchise.
It's even got its own theme park.
Yeah, that we went to. And I would say, you know, we've done Disney, we've done Euro Disney, but Park Asterix, as it's called, fantastic. Like I say, if you're fans of the show, even if you're not, the whole history and the way of the creation of fighting against the Romans and that, it's good.
I'd say Asterix was the main reason. I know, well, I've gotten some knowledge of Roman times in general, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I say, when I was at school reading about Julius Caesar from Shakespeare and stuff, I got invested in it because of Asterix.
Yeah.
It was just, it's
just nice to put like a cartoon with historical figures.
Yeah.
And then a made-up story. Put them all into one. Asterix.
And we're probably not giving Asterix the credit it deserves, because as we normally say, you know, we sort of have chosen characters in the past that almost are like secondary characters or not overly instantly recognisable. I would hope you know, and say that Asterix and Obelix, you know, this will be our main cosplay, if you will, where hopefully once if we get this right, we will be fairly, even if not instantly recognisable, I would think people would, you know, they should know who we're going to be. So it's an exciting time to do this.
Well, when we did Neil and Dale from Planes Trains, we both held a big trunk.
Yes,
which
it's all about the accessories.
Caught people's eyes. Some people were a bit like, what are they doing? But some people just clicked and went, I know what they've done, sort of thing. So, what things do you think would stand out with Asterix and Obelix? Obelix could hold his big Menair thing, couldn't he?
Yeah, he's as a character, you know, and we'll have little pictures flash up of what the guys look like in that. But yeah, because of his strength.
Obelix is a sculptor. He likes to sculpt these big, round, pointy-ended rocks called Menhirs.
Yeah. So
basically a big rock. Yeah, you could strap one of them onto me, and yeah, they'll definitely notice that, won't they?
Yeah, and of course their clothing very distinct. You know, so we're going to be having like the, you know, the helmets and that. Asterix is known for his the long wings on the back and that. Obelix is, of course, you know, got his look of he's got
his pigtails there, his bows.
Yeah, so we've got quite a bit to look through there. So I think the next steps really are going to be, now that we know what we're going to be, how are we going to do this? Okay, so let's start designing some ideas. Hopefully you can see that we're taking this seriously.